Have you ever seen the quote that says, may every evil eye in your life go blind? And where I come from, we have a say that says that evil eye shatter the stone. And in the Levant, they also say this person has blue eyes and a gap between their teeth. They envy and they have an evil eye. Envy, evil eye, jealousy. All these terms has been in our lives for generations and centuries. Some of them are normal, some of them are not. Some of them are harmful, some of them are not. So let's dive in and see what this is about. Let's go. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Diana, and this is Diana Show. I'll be talking to you about a variety of subjects, different things, but the goal will always be to make our life better, happier, nicer, and more joyful for us and everybody around us. I'll learn from you, and you'll learn from me. And I hope I live up to your expectation. Let's do it. In today's episode, we'll be talking about 3 feelings. The first one is envy, jealousy, and the third one is bliss. And what is the difference between each of them? What are their sources? And does really evil eye affect me as a person, or it's all fate? And how does it play? How can I protect myself from giving an evil eye or even receiving an evil eye? It's a very interesting subject. It might have some woo-woo in it. But let's see where this conversation is going to take us. As a sort of everything, we always have to learn the meaning. The meaning of envy. The meaning of envy is an ugly feeling. It's the resentment you feel towards somebody for success they had, for a gift they had, for anything good in their life, with an underline plus with this one, wishing them harm and wishing them that they lose this gift or this bliss. That's envy. And this is evil eye. And this is how envy becomes an evil eye, by wishing somebody harm and wishing that their bliss is taken away. The second one is jealousy. Jealousy, it is super normal feeling and supernatural. As a human being, we cannot help ourselves but to compare ourselves to others. But the thing about jealousy, it's a neutral feeling. It can take 2 ways. It can be negative or it can be positive. It can be negative by you comparing yourself to somebody else and then wishing their bliss to be taken away. Then it becomes envious and evil eye. And let me stress something up in here. Evil eye and envious come from an ugly place, a place of insecurity, place of lack of self-confidence and resentment toward other, and believing that you are the victim. It's really bad and toxic feeling to have. Plus it harms the person that envies and the person that get envied. When it comes to jealousy, like I said, if you do not watch out for that resentment, for that hatred, it can turn to something bad. But if you use jealousy as a fuel to make yourself better, to make yourself more successful, to go after what you want to, it can be a positive thing. You are the only one who decides what turns this feeling is going to take. And like we said, it's a normal feeling. It's basically our body communicating with our brain, telling us that there's something that's missing in my life. I need that thing. Can you give it to me? It has nothing to do with the person outside of you at all. It's all from within. When you feel jealous, that's your body is trying to talk to you. It's the same thing, when you're in a car and things are flashing in front of you, that there must be something wrong. Later on in the episode, we're going to explore how we pay attention to these feelings. And the last one, and my favorite one of all time, I tried to find the right meaning for it between Arabic and English, but I found it's called bliss. Bliss is a beautiful feeling, and it's full of high frequency energy. Basically, bliss is seeing some success on somebody and seeing some gift, and at the same time wishing them even more and wishing it upon yourself. And this stems and comes from the certain belief that, God is abundant, the universe is abundant, and as much as they gave me, they can give me too. This is the difference between feeling envious and feeling bliss. Because in envious, you believe in lack. That if this person got something, this means it's going to be taken away from me. And if I got this thing, this means it's going to be taken away from them. So guess what? I wish for them to lose it, or I wish for it to be taken away from them. On the contrary, when you go to bliss believes that there's so much abundant in this universe that it can bless everybody else. We all can be happy. We all can have this abundance. We all can have these good things in our lives because there is a plenty, and God is generous. The universe is generous, and I'm worthy. So the source of bliss basically is gratitude, contentment and appreciation, at the same time, the absolute belief that I am worthy and deserving of this. Therefore, bliss is a gorgeous and amazing feeling. One time I saw on social media a video for a lady, and that video clicked with me and I loved it so much. Basically, she was saying, if you see something you really like and you really love with somebody and they have that thing that you want, but you don't have it, pray and ask God for it at that moment. Say, God, as much as you give them, I bless them and I wish the best for them, and give me too. And I thank you for whatever you're going to give me. The gratitude for something that you have not received and believing that you will receive at that moment will make all your wishes come true. Therefore, it's very important if let's say you see somebody that made a lot of money. God bless them. Good for them. I wish them the best. I am next. I know I am next. I am certain, because the universe is abundant. And as much as gave them, it still has more to give me. Now that we talked about the definition of all these feelings, there's a few things I want to touch on. The very first one is, since I always believe that you are the person in control of your life and everything happens to you, it's usually the results of your belief or the results of your fate, or I always believe that envy is a real thing. I believe in evil eye. As you can see, I'm wearing one right here and I'm wearing like 1, 2, 3, 4. But I'm just wearing these 4 props. But this one I wear all the time because I like. It's not just for, like, oh my God, I'm protecting myself from evil eye. But does it really protect me from evil eye? If God and the universe is there to work on my favor, so where the envy come from, where this evil eye come from? If I really certain believe that everything good happens to me, why would I think that somebody can project on me a negative energy or a negative toxic feelings? Because when it comes to envy and evil eye, as everything else is energy. And as a being, as we are, we're like a sponge. And at the same time, we're an outlet. So we emit energy too, as much as we receive it, absorb it. So evil eye is like a virus. If somebody has cold and they sneeze in your face, most certainly you're going to get sick. Unless you have a very good immune system. The same thing applies to evil eye. So evil eye only affects people with a weak immune system. What does that mean? Having a weak immune system, meaning that you have a very negative outlook in life, that you believe that you're a very unlucky person, that you believe that everything bad happened only to you, and you just start project that belief out in the world, so you absorb this bad energy and things, of course, to reassure this belief about yourself, bad things start happening. Therefore, in order to build a very strong spiritual immune system, you always have to have gratitude in your heart. You always have to have bliss in your heart, believing that the universe is abundant, believing that I'm protected, that even if something bad happened to me, there's something good coming from it. It's whether a lesson, whether it's a redirection, that there is always some good on something that looks bad. The more that you believe in this ideology, the more your spiritual immune system will be stronger. Then you won't be affected by the virus of evil eye or the virus of envy. And the reason I wanted to emphasize on this point specifically is to emphasize on the idea that you are in charge of how things goes in your life. You are in charge what directions and what events happens in your life. The universe always wants good things for you. God always wants good things for you. Unless you get in the way and you start believing otherwise. Therefore, this over here is the big source and the big attraction for every single event and for every single thing that happens in your life. So be careful about your spiritual immune system. Another thing, and this I found a lot in my culture, using evil eye as an excuse to run away from responsibility. You cannot be held accountable if somebody give you an evil eye. I'm gonna go to test and I'm gonna fail it. And when I come back, like, evil eye, evil eye was given to me. Dude, you did not study. How do you think you're gonna pass this exam? You did not study. It's not an evil eye. You just did not study. You did not put the work. No, it's evil eye. I know a lady who actually used to be a tailor. Very creative. She had such a creativity in design, in work, and such a preciseness in her work. And then one day she decided she doesn't want to do it anymore. And what was her excuse? Her excuse that there is a woman who came to her and she said to her, your work is very nice. I would like you to tailor a dress for me. And since that day, I cannot do it. Seriously. It's not that you felt lazy, and it's not easier for you to admit that you were lazy. So it's a lot easier to blame it on somebody else. And it's evil. God, she gave me a bad evil eye. You know, that's why I cannot create anymore. Give me a break. Give me a break. This is just running away from responsibilities and running away from yourself, because it's hard to accept that we are faulted human being. That, you know what, I'm lazy. I don't want to work on the things that I'm supposed to work on. And me admitting that I'm actually lazy, that's me admitting that I'm not doing the work. That the problem is me. The problem is not me. It's somebody else. I'm blaming it on somebody else. I'm blaming it on evil eye. A woman, like, she would be in a marriage and the marriage will fall. It's like, I got an evil eye. It's not that your husband had the charisma of a cabbage. Maybe that's why it didn't work. No. It's evil eye. It's evil eye. And that's when evil eye becomes a scapegoat for everything that we don't want to be held accountable for. So be careful of that placebo effect. Another thing also, I realized that evil eye is very much different from culture to culture. It's different from the Middle East than it is in Italy, that it is in Armenia, that is in Greece, that is in here in America. And the things that you say here might not go well over there, or the things that you say over there might not go well over here. For example, if I see a beautiful woman and she looks gorgeous, I make a point to let her know that she looks fantastic, that she looks adorable, that she is shining today. And as soon as I say that, her face lights up and she feels so confident. She loved the compliment. Let's say I said the same comment to somewhere else, for example, in the Middle East, when I'm going to specify places. The reaction will be again, it's like, damn, she's looking at my dress. She's giving me a bad evil eye. Oh my God. And this woman started reciting verses from the Quran or the Bible to protect herself from my evil eye. So she believed that I have the ability to harm her by just complimenting her style. And now at this point, she's not going to wear the dress anymore, or she's going to wholeheartedly believe that if she did, something bad's going to happen to her and she will not wear it again. And she's going to say, that woman complimented me. She said she gave me bad evil eye. So it depends how you believe about it. It depends how you were grown up. It depends what you believe about it. It depends what was embedded in your head and in your conscious and subconscious from a very, very young age. To always fear, to always be afraid that people looking into your life. And I assure you, nobody gives a shit. Excuse my language. Nobody cares what's going on in your life. People are busy with their own problems. Don't always believe that everybody's looking into my things. Everybody, is giving me bad evil eye. Everybody's trying to harm me. Focus on yourself, mainly. Let's say by accident, and without me knowing, I become the person that actually projects that toxic energy and toxic feelings. We're going to start with jealousy, because usually jealousy is the source. Like we say, it can be turned into evil eye, envious, or it can be turned into bliss. So from the very beginning, you saw let's give you an example. We saw something for somebody and they have something beautiful that we want really bad. And you felt like a little bit tightness in here. You felt like a little bit ugliness and a little bit resentment toward this person. Notice, because it all comes to self-awareness. You're self-aware of this bad feeling. All right, I'm realizing something is not right. This person didn't do anything to me. He didn't harm me in any way. I'm just feeling resentment toward him or her. So okay, there's a bad feeling, but it's not them, it's me. Second step, look at it from an explorer eye, as a researcher. If I'm feeling that resentment, and I wholeheartedly believe it has nothing to do with them, it has something to do with me, because, it's their gift. What is it that I feel that I lack? What is the insecurity right here that is covered with this resentment, that's covered with this, why they have this and I don't have that? So ask question, try to get to the bottom of it. Number 3, be compassion. Jealousy is normal. It's perfectly human thing to feel. We cannot help ourselves but to compare ourselves to others. We'll always want the best for ourselves. We'll always want the best thing in the world. So jealousy is normal. Like I said at the very beginning, you decide what direction you want this feeling to take. So be compassionate with yourself. You're not a bad person. You're not an evil person. You don't want to be an evil person. Therefore, you're not going to wish harm on that person. So you're going to be very careful not to do that. But to feel jealousy is a human. It's normal. And it's very brave to admit that you're jealous. It's very brave to admit that I lack something I need to work on a little bit more. It's a bravery, because now you look within. You're holding yourself accountable. You're not doing like the lady we mentioned before who did not want to tailor the dress anymore because somebody gave her an evil eye. So you look within. Last tip, we found out what's the problem. We find the insecurity, work on it. You change it. You give it to yourself. Let's say you see a couple in a relationship and they're in so much love. You give yourself that love. See somebody succeeding in their work, succeeding in their business. I'm sure they deserve what they got. They work so hard for it. So you go work so hard for what you want. This is a message for you. Your body communicating with you. Jealousy is a feeling that's trying to talk to you. So be compassionate with it. Be patient with it. Sometimes if I'm in that position or that situation, it takes me days to know what's going on. Like, why am I mad at this person? They didn't do anything for me. I know I just don't like them. Why I don't like them? Then I realize that they have something I don't have. I don't really want it. And it has nothing to do with them. Then I realize, then I try to give it to myself. As everything, I practice gratitude and I bless them with whatever gift, whatever thing they have. And I wish the same thing on myself. And I thank God that I finally received it, even before I receive it. What I'm trying to say here, evil eye exists, bad energy exists. We're like a sponge, we absorb that. But working on your spiritual immune system makes all the difference. God in the universe always works in your favor, always got your back, always wants you to succeed and be the best. Nobody's contemplating against you. Nobody is, having an agenda against you. Everything is in your favor. You are not a victim. You believing that things are going bad in my life because somebody's looking into my life and somebody's giving me bad energy. What you're trying to say at this point, that you know what? I'm helpless and I have no control over my life, and people just, keep ruining my things by their evil eye. And actually that's you admitting that you have a weak immune system. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope that I brought the light into some very interesting idea. I don't know if I should talk about it or should not because, of the cultural difference. But I've heard it from so many people, even in the Western culture. A lot of people believe in evil eye. A lot of people believe in bad energy because it's real and it's a fact. And no matter how many times you can say it's mumbo jumbo stuff or woo stuff or whatever, it's real. We're energetic beings. We give energy and we absorb energy. So be careful what you absorb and be careful what you give out. And always believe in karma. Whatever good you wish on others comes back to you 10 times. Whatever bad you wish on others comes back to you 10 times. That is the law. Whatever goes around comes around. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I hope you liked it. And I would like to hear from you in the comments. Therefore, like, subscribe and share. And I'll see you next time. Mwah.